Hello everybody, and today I'm going to read Captain Underpants and the Preposterous Plight of the Purple Potty People. I know this video has been delayed, and I'm sorry for that. Hi everybody, as you can see, we've been experiencing some technical difficulties. This comic book should get you up to date on our story so far. The often untold story of Captain Underpants by George Beard and Harold Hutchins. Once upon a time, there was two cool kids named George and Harold. They're hep to the jive. Me too. But then they had a mean old principal named Mr. Krupp who was mean. Obviously. I'm all mad and stuff. So George and Harold hypnotized him with a 3D hypno ring. You'll obey our every command. Okay. Then they accidentally made him think he was a superhero. You're Captain Underpants. Okay. Look at me, I'm Captain Underpants. But then he escaped and ran off to fight crime. Tra-la-la, rats. George and Harold raced after him. Hey, come back here. No, wait. Then one day he drank some superpower juice. Now he has superpowers and stuff. Look at me, I got superpowers and stuff. Aw, man. But if you think that's bad, it gets worse. Pay attention because this next part is important. The worst part is that whenever Mr. Krupp hears somebody snap their fingers, he turns to Captain Underpants. Tra-la-la. And whenever somebody splashes water on Captain Underpants' face, he turns back into mean old Mr. Krupp. Blah, blah, blah. In their last adventure, George and Harold got two new pets, a bionic hamster named Sulu, cool, and a pterodactyl named Crackers. Awesome! Everything was cool until one day this brainiac named Melvin showed up. I'm telling. Melvin made a time machine out of a purple potty. It looks like this. Purple Potty Company. Anyways, George and Harold wanted to use the time machine, but Melvin had one rule. Don't use the time machine 2 days in a row. Okay. If you use it 2 days in a row, something very bad will happen. Okay. I mean it. Don't use it 2 days in a row. Okay. Seriously. Don't use it 2 days in a row. Okay. Then, hey, let's use this thing 2 days in a row. Okay. And so, George, Harold, and Crackers and Sulu used the time machine 2 days in a row, and something very bad happened. What will happen next? Treehouse Comics Incorporation. Hey, look, hey, did you notice this? It's kind of like a comic inside 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 a comic and so on. So on and so forth. Chapter 1. George and Harold. This is George Beard and Harold Hutchins. George is the skeleton on the right with the tie and a flat top. Harold is the one on the left with the t-shirt and the bad haircut. Remember that now. As you might remember from our last winter, George and Harold had recently made the horrifying mistake of trying to pass through a synthetic time warp without letting the C2X906 Super Bimflamatrix drive of their feeble flux capacitating Zossifier cooldown, thus creating a sub-paradoxical dimensionalistic alternicon shift, which opened up a hyperglyphonic screen door into a sub-omnivating ultrazenticular bio nanzonoflanomer. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Nanzonoflamamer marzipan. Okay. To put it in scientific terms, they screwed up. So don't get really freaked out because everybody looks like a skeleton. X-ray beams are a normal byproduct of interdimensional reality shifting. Don't worry, it will probably clear up by the time you turn the page. See? What did I tell you? George, Harold, and their loyal pet suddenly found themselves wishing that they had never set foot inside the petrifying purple potty that was about to send them all on a journey to the horrifying abyss of the unknown. A journey that would probably spell impending doom for themselves and would most likely bring about the end of our civilization as we know it. But before I can tell you that story, I have to tell you this story. Chapter 2, Those Wacky Grown-Ups. It's been said that adults spend the first 2 years of their lives trying to make them walk and talk, say Dada. And the next 16 years trying to get them to sit down and shut up. La la la. Dash, this, that. Bark, bark, bark. Hey, stop doing that, you little gremlin. Arg, stop shouting. It's the same way with potty training. Most adults spend the first few years of a child's life cheerfully discussing pee and poopies and how important it is to put your pee-pee and poo-poo in the potty like big people do. But once children have mastered the art of toilet training, they are immediately forbidden to ever talk about poop, pee, toilets, and other bathroom-related subjects again. Though such things are suddenly considered rude and vulgar, and are no longer rewarded with praise of cookies and juice boxes. Propy, hooray for poop, make poo not war. No diary in our school, down with poop. Pee stinks, ban poo. One day you're a superstar because you pooped in the toilet like a big boy, and the next day you're sitting in the principal's office because you said the word poopy in American history class, which, if you ask me, is the perfect place to say that word. You're probably wondering, why would adults do that? Why would they encourage something one day and discourage it the next day? The only answer I can think of is that adults are totally bonkers and should probably be avoided at all times. Perhaps you'll be lucky to find a small handful of grown-ups whom you can trust. But I'm sure we can all agree that you really have to keep an eye on most adults most of the time. Adults equals peanuts. Grown-ups equals screw plus baseball. Which is just what George and Harold did. Chapter 3, The School of Hard Knocks. Unfortunately, the adults at George and Harold's school were anything but trustworthy. Take their principal, Mr. Krupp, for example. Mr. Krupp's wicked heart thrived on the teardrops of children. His very soul danced at the thought of crushing a child's spirit and dashing his or her hopes and dreams against the jagged rocks of never-ending despair. Each day, Mr. Krupp would stand at the doorway to his office, gleefully handing out the detention slips to any child who was fortunate enough to cross his putrid path. And for very minor fractions too, such as smiling, reading without permission, and smelling funny. What? How could they not smile? And they could breathe without permission? That's not fair. Smelling funny? Okay, I can see how he hates that, but still, he doesn't have to get a detention for it. As bad as Mr. Krupp was, most of the teachers in George and Harold's school were even worse. What the? Why is he doing that? Seriously, this kid would get hurt, and there's not even a nurse's office. Oh no, this teacher's about to stomp her little ducky carriage thingy. I don't really know what it is, but whatever is happening here looks bad. He's making fun of him for having these, what are they called? I don't know what it's called. Seriously. But seriously, why would he make fun of him for that? That's not fair. Justice must be served. Seriously? Kick me. Loser. Dork. Bedwetter. I eat paste. Wide-lunged. My mom dresses me funny. Crybaby. Seriously? Whatever the heck you are doing, it's wrong. Fortunately for George and Harold, their evil educators were not very intelligent. Yes, they could be outsmarted easily, and they often were. Teachers and just push button to open door. Now, you might think that it wasn't very sporting of George and Harold to try and outsmart dumb people, and perhaps you'd be right. But George and Harold were just trying to make the best of a bad situation. Push on button to open door. But unfortunately for George and Harold, their bad situation was about to get much, much worse. That's what they get. Chapter 4, Purple Potty People. After several intense minutes of orange flashing lights, X-ray beams, and lightning-infused electric whirlwinds, the Purple Potty finally stopped shaking and sputtering, and came to a sudden halt. Thick yellow smoke poured from its glowing hot tailpipes as the grinding gears and coughing motor shifted into power down mode. George and Harold had no idea what to expect. They were supposed to be perched up in a prehistoric tree 65 million years ago, in the Cretaceous period of the Mesozoic era. But as they stepped out of the plastic door of the Purple Potty, the boys were disheartened to find themselves in the middle of a school library right where they started, except it had books. "What are we doing here?" asked Harold. "I don't know," said George. "Something must have gone wrong." Harold carefully took crackers back into his book bag, and George carefully tucked Sulu into his shirt pocket, and the two boys looked around the brightly lit library. "Well, hello, boys," said the school librarian. "This has been Books Week. Would you like to expand your minds today?" No thanks." "Hey," said Harold, "didn't you get fired in our last book?" "I don't think so," said the librarian. Said George. "I'm not feeling too good about this." "Not feeling good?" asked Melvin Smealy, who'd been struggling to comprehend the easy-to-read children's bestseller, Prank It Fart versus the Bionic Barf Bunnies from Diarrhea Land. "Maybe you should go see the school nurse." "We have a school nurse?" asked George. "Whatever. I thought we just had a box of Band-Aids and a rusty saw in case someone got hurt," said Harold. "Duh, of course we have a school nurse," said Melvin. His office is right next to our 5-star gourmet cafeteria." George and Harold looked confused. Thanks," said George, "but we'll be okay." Chapter 5, Strangers in Paradise Lost. As George and Harold walked down the hallway of the school, they noticed that something seemed wrong, very wrong, but they couldn't figure out what it was. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Albert Einstein. Miss Anthrope, the unbelievably crabby school secretary, passed by the boys and smiled kindly. "Why, hello, George and Harold," she said. "It's so good to see you two. Have a wonderful day." George and Harold looked at her suspiciously. What just happened?" asked Harold. "I don't know," said George, "but something strange sure is going on." George and Harold opened their locker, carefully put crackers and Sulu inside. "Shh, they're asleep," said George. "Good," said Harold. "They can take a nap while we get to class." On their way to their homeroom, George and Harold stopped to switch the letters around on the lunch menu sign. Today's menu: soy burgers, hot lime pie, apple juice. But just as they were finishing, the principal, Mr. Krupp, caught them red-handed. "Hey, Bubs," he said, "what are you kids doing up here? Please eat my please eat my plump, juicy boogers." Uh, George stammered. "You see, we were Please eat my plump, juicy burgers," said Mr. Crook, giggling with glee. "That's gotta be the funniest thing I've seen all day. You boys really crack me up. You're hilarious." Then, with a spring in his step, Mr. Crop pranced away, whistling a merry tune. "Hey, look at this! You can actually change that from this, from that to this. You can use this T to make this T. Use this O to make this O. Use this D to make this. Okay, you don't use the D. And you can go on, but I want to get on with the story. What just happened?" asked Harold. "Shh," whispered George. "Look." George pointed at two kids who were coming around them, reading a homemade comic book. "Hey." The kid on the left had a t-shirt and a flat top. "Hey, this looks kind of like him, except except he took the shirt from him. And the one on the right had a tie and a bad haircut. And he probably took this shirt from him. Yeah. Maybe it's just them from another universe." It's us," whispered George. "How can they be us?" whispered Harold. "I thought we were us." Anarchy rules. George and Harold hid behind a trash can as their two look-alikes walked toward them. They stopped in front of the lunch menu sign and frowned. Then a devilish look came over their faces as they quickly began rearranging the letters. The strange boys snickered wickedly as they sneaked away from their prank. What just happened?" asked Harold. "I think I figured it out," said George. Yeah, you can finish that. In Chapter 6, The World According to George. "I think the Purple Potty brought us to some kind of strange backwards universe," said George. "No way," said Harold. "That kind of thing only happened in poorly written children's stories whose authors have clearly begun running out of ideas. Here, I'll prove it," said George. The two friends walked to the cafeteria and took a whiff. "That's weird," said Harold. "It doesn't smell like dirty diapers, greasy dishwater, and moldy tennis shoes here anymore. It smells like food." "Yep," said George. "All natural, organic salad bar. Rule 1, have fun." Next, the boys went to the gymnasium. That's weird, Harold. Our gym teacher isn't fat anymore. He's not being incredibly cruel to the non-athletic kids like he usually is. Yep, said George. Jim. Finally, George and Harold stepped outside. That's weird, said Harold. All of our evilest and more terrifying enemies from the past have miraculously transformed into goody guys. Yep, said George. Hey, this is all of their most evilest and terrifying enemy. That's Dr. Diaper, who became a policeman. And then there's the Turbo Twilight 2000, who became a crossing guard. And then there's Zork's Clax and Jennifer, who became firefighters, along with Professor Poopy Pants. And then there's the Robo-Boogers. Carl became a mailman, and Trixie and Frankenbooger became construction workers. In Chapter 7, Getting Out of Town. George and Harold ran back to their locker. Let's grab crackers and Sue and get out of this crazy place, said George. Good idea, said Harold. But when they opened their locker door, their two friends were missing. Where the heck are crackers and Sulu? Cried George. I don't know, said Harold. Nobody else has the combination to our locker. Nobody else except our twins, gasped George. Harold tried to shut their locker, but the door jammed on something. What's that? Asked George. Looks like a comic book, said Harold. He held it up and read the front cover out loud. The moment George and Harold began to get a dreadful sense of the horror they were up against. Chapter 8, The Preposterous Plight of Captain Blunderpants. Bank. The Preposterous Plight of Captain Blunderpants by Harold Hutchins and George Beard. Once upon a time, there lived two evil children named George and Harold. I'm bad as well. They had a very nice principal who went by the name of Mr. Krupp. Hello, boys, have a pleasant day. Whatever. One day, George and Harold hypnotized Mr. Krupp. You will obey us. Yes, master. They made him think he was an evil villain. You are now Captain Blunderpants. George and Harold made Captain Blunderpants do all sorts of evil things. Steal us a video game system. Okay, Captain Blunderpants obeyed. Steal us a giant television. Okay. Audio video. Crash. I'm so happy I could cry. Me too. Uh-oh. Tissues. Crash. Toys. Audio video. Grocery. Soon, George and Harold had the world's coolest treehouse. Pet shark, pet cobra, sauna, jacuzzi 2000, video game system, massage chair, toys, candy, soda, disco ball, pet piranha, ladder, they got tissues, pig rug for them to sit down and make comics or whatever they use it for, and there's a window too. Do you boys need anything else? Yeah, how about a pizza? Sure thing, masters. And so, pizza. Crash! Pizza. Hold it right there, Captain Blunderpants. You're strolling TVs, jacuzzis, pop machines, massage chairs, disco balls, but this time you've gone too far. You're under arrest for Grand Theft Pizza. Gotta catch me first. Zip. And the chase was on. Soon Captain Blunderpants was chased onto the freeway. And suddenly, oh no, hey, look out! Screech! crunch. Rich milk chocolate, creamy peanut butter. Crash! Yeah! The strange mixture of chocolate, peanut butter, and extra cheese combined to create a super powerful chemical reaction, sizzle sizzle, which gave Captain Blunderpants amazing superpowers. I feel super. La la Here's a pizza, boys. Hey, where's the pineapple fruit? Crash. Well, just think of all the evil things we could do now. With Captain Blunderpants, their evil, superpowered slave, we'll be able to get away with anything. Soon the entire world will be ours. Wah ha 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 ha. Epilogue. Oh, by the way, whenever Captain Blunderpants hears someone snap his fingers, snap, he turns back into Mr. Krupp. Have a swell day. And when Mr. Krupp gets water on his head, H2O, he turns back into Captain Blunderpants. Grrr. Remember that now? Evil Treehouse Comics, LLC. What's that stand for? Chapter 9. Not without my hamster and my pterodactyl. I think our evil twins made this comic book. They must have, said George. The artwork is really bad. I'm pretty sure they misspelled some words. Nuh-uh. That's actually really good, and they didn't misspell anything. Well, I mean, last time I checked. Let's get out of here, said Harold. Not without crackers and Sulu, said George. George and Harold ran to a window and looked out. They saw their evil twins carrying crackers and Sulu. We have to go, said George. What the heck are we gonna do? Asked Harold. Chapter 10, Hypno Horror. George and Harold knew where their evil twins took crackers and Sulu. They sneaked up and opened the door and, hey, you guys will be our servants. You will serve us. You will obey our every command. Blah 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 blah. Hey, get him! Bah! Ah! Hey, said Evil George. Hey, those guys look like us. What you do with them? All right, you dummies, we're gonna destroy you. Chapter 11. Crackers to the rescue. Crackers did not understand what was going on. Whoosh! Hey, you get back here! Oh no, he's gonna drop us. Hey, did anyone think what would happen at the end of the universe? We won't know because we're gonna die at this second. Hey, it looks like he's trying to rescue us. Really? Yeah. But he got hypnotized just like Sulu. So what? Well, actually, back in book 5, in chapter 14 and a half, they gave us a warning that if women get hypnotized, then they do the opposite of what they're supposed to do. Like what happened with Miss Ribble. Remember? Oh yeah, that. Yeah. But hey, Crackers is a boy. He maybe he's a girl. Nah, that's not true. But still, the question remains. We probably won't find out till what, like book 100? Whatever. Let's go. Well, we gotta get out of here, said Harold. But we can't leave Sulu behind, cried George. Don't worry, said Harold. We'll come back for Sulu. Then Mr. Krupp appeared out of nowhere, and suddenly next thing they know, he's chasing George and Harold up the stairs like a maniac. Crash! Evil George and Evil Harold. Hey, you dummies aren't gonna get away with this. We didn't do anything. You guys did something wrong. Nuh-uh. Yeah, right. Hey, what do you think's gonna happen at the end of the universe? I don't know. We don't know. We already discussed that, like 2 pages ago. Oh, right. We probably won't know. Oh, yeah. Hey, what is gonna happen at the end of the universe? Oh, you're just trying to con us, aren't you? Actually, you started this conversation. Oh, yeah. Well, okay, bye. Hey, they're getting away. Stop them. Stop them. Stop them. Pet the pterodactyl. Chapter 12, Kablamski. Ah, what the heck is happening? Yeah, what the heck is happening? It's probably that. Ow! Hey, what's happening? Where's the pterodactyl? Reading might offend you. Why take a chance? Well, back home. Yeah. Hey, there aren't any books in this library. We must be back in our own reality. Yeah, sure. Gotta be sure. We gotta go to homeroom and whatever. Before going to homeroom, George and Harold looked into another room. Some were standing in corners, weeping. Others were sitting on dunce stools wearing humiliating hats. Dunce, I'm stupid, Mr. Wise Guy. This will go on my permanent record. Dummy, duh, loser. Well, still others were writing unbelievably degrading sentences over and over the chalkboard as their teachers rifled through their lunchboxes, stealing all the best desserts. My parents only pretend to love me. My parents only pretend to love me. My parents only pretend to love me. I apologize for being born. I apologize for being born. Apologize for being born. I apologize for being born. Apologize for being born. I apologize for being born. I'm so ugly. When I was born, the doctor slapped my mom. I'm so ugly. When I was born, the doctor slapped my mom. I'm so ugly. When I was born, the doctor slapped my mom. Billy, Sally. Chapter 13, Purple Potty People Unite. Hey, what the heck is happening here? There aren't any books in this library. Yeah, what the heck is happening? Hey, did any of you think what would happen at the end of the universe? Hey, this is the 3rd time someone's bringing this up in the book. And stop discussing this. We already know that we won't know. Hey, who are you guys? You seriously don't remember us? Seriously? Yeah, you seriously don't remember us? Hey, what are you doing here, you Sulu? This is a kid's book. Yeah, Sulu. Oh, yeah, okay. Wait, what was you gonna say again? Nothing. You don't need to know. Yeah. Anyways, we still have to answer the question. Where the heck are we? Yeah, where the heck are we? Yeah, where the heck are we? Yeah, where the heck are we? Schools is education. A message from our president. Hey, it looks like this universe is dumb. Let's spray water on his head. I am Captain Blunderpants. Ha ha ha. Hey, what's gonna happen at the end of the universe anyways? Seriously? Yeah, seriously? This is like the fourth time we're discussing this in a book. It's getting repetitive. Chapter 14, the chapter where some stuff happens. Meanwhile, back at their treehouse, George and Harold grab some supplies before heading off to save Sulu. Hey, what's gonna happen to this thingy? I don't know. What's gonna happen to the end of the universe? Seriously? We just discussed this on the last page. Or at least our evil twins did. This is the fifth time someone's mentioning this in a book. Oh yeah, I forgot. Hey, maybe we should take this thingy too. Hey, where did we get that from? Our third book, remember? The one with the long and late title? Yeah, that one. Oh, okay. Where the heck do you think you're going? It's Grandparents' Day. We're gonna have plans with the Hutchins. We're gonna have dinner with the Hutchinses, and your great grandma. But the fate is of. But we have to save the world and stuff. That can wait till tomorrow. Seriously? Are you evil? Yes. No time for this right now. Let's go. Alright, I'll let you go. Chapter 15, Super Supper. Hey, what the heck is happening? Did you forget it's Grandparents' Day? Hey, what's gonna happen at the end of the universe? Seriously, that's the sixth time someone's discussing this in a book. I am evil. Hey, what is he doing? What is he doing? Hello, dummy. Hey, don't call me dummy. What's gonna happen at the end of the universe? That's the seventh time we were discussing this in the book. Hello, dummy. Don't call me that. Hey, we made a comic book for you two, so stop calling us dummy. Yeah, stop calling us dummy. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna sit down, read this, and drink some superpower juice. You little gremlins! I'm gonna take over the world. No, but you can't. You're my dad. So what? I'm gonna do it anyway. No, let us go, you giant gremlin. How dare you call me a gremlin? You big pink Sasquatch. Alright, well, you guys can have that conversation. We'll read this. The Adventures of Boxer Boy and Great Granny Girl. An epic novella by George Beard and Harold Hutchins. Everybody knows that grandparents are kind of dorky. They tell dumb jokes. Why did a dummy throw his clock in the air? He wanted to see the time fly. Ha ha. They call you embarrassing names in public. Hello, dummies. Ha ha. And they have no sense of what things cost. Here's a nickel. Why don't you go buy a jacuzzi with it? Thanks, I will. 5 cents. But grandparents are still cool for some reason. We're old, and we don't care what anyone thinks. Out of my way, Buster Brown. Step aside, you bottomate. Shove, whack. Our heroes, for no reason at all. Hey, what's gonna happen at the end of the universe? Seriously, dude. Never mind. And so everything was cool until one day when a strange new store opened up downtown. Robo Geezers Inc. They were selling robots. Hey kids, trade in your dumb grandparents for the latest in Robo Geezer technology. Cool. They're tons better than regular grandparents. They tell funny jokes. Was 40 feet long and smells like pee. One dancer at the old folks' home. Ha ha. They call you cool names in public. Hey Thor. Yo, what up, dog? And best of all, they have no sense of what things cost. Here's $10,000 for a candy bar. Dun, 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 dun. Soon every kid in town was trading in their old grandparents. Hey, what the heck is going on? Where the heck are you taking us? Nothing, nowhere. In, out. For new robo-grannies and grandpatrons 2000s. Wow, cool. I love my new robo-geezers. Soon there was only 2 real grandparents left in town. You wouldn't trade us in, would you? You better not or you'll get a weapon. No way. Anyway, one day Jordan Hill's grandparents went downtown. Something fishy is going on here. Robo-geezers in. So they snuck inside the building. Soon, hey look! Hey, what's gonna happen at the end of the universe? Not the 9th time we're discussing this in the book and the 2nd time in the comic. Oh yeah. Hey, what's this? Grandparents in town got totally captured and stuff. Oh no and stuff. Yeah and stuff. I know and stuff. Blah 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 and stuff. What the heck's happening and stuff? Didn't you forget already and stuff? I don't know and stuff. I'm old and stuff. We gotta save those old slaves, but how it beats me. Hey look, a whole box of hard candies and stuff. And stuff. Let's just forget about those, whatever those things are, for now, and just eat candy. What's gonna happen at the end of the universe? Seriously? Munch munch. Meanwhile, in the next room, in a few more days, those old folks will be under our control. Cool. I'll give them superpowers. How you do that? Easy, I've got a whole box of superpowered hard candies in the other room. Old people love hard candies. I know. They ate the hard candies and the aliens were like, "Hey, what are you doing? We're just eating your hard candy. Hey, let's feel super now." I'm Boxer Boy. I'm Great Green Girl. I'm out of here. I'm with you. The aliens ran upstairs. There they got into UFO on top of their building. And took off. Hey, hey, you robo dummies! Attack the Boxer Boy and Great Guinea Girdle. And then their arms turned into wings, and their legs turned into flames, and they flew and stuff. What did they do? They tried to beat up Great Boxer Boy and Great Granny Girdle. Kapow! 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 They beat up most of them, but there were too many, and so Harold's grandpa said, "Hey, I have an idea. Let them chase you for a while." So they all did. And so Great Granny Girdle flew away, and the robots chased them. And Boxer Boy attacked the spaceship. Hey, punch, bam, bang, crash. Kicky! Then he got the paint. Hey! And added the finishing touch, hard candy. Hey, robo dummies! Look! What? Hey, yummy! What's gonna happen at the end of the universe? And never mind that now, it's hard candy. And why are you mentioning that for the 13th time? The 12th or 13th time in this book. We've been mentioning it so much that I've lost track. Probably 12th. The robo-geezers tried to devour the spaceship in a wild feeding frenzy. Then one of them beyond the field line. Kaboom! We're free! Hooray for Boxer Boy! 3 cheers for Great Guinea Girdle. The end. Treehouse Comics Incorporation. Chapter 17. Meanwhile, back at the treehouse. But we need to go. Those creepy guys, whoever they are, they're probably in our treehouse right now. And they are! Turn the page! Whatever. Hey, what are you talking about? Look out the window, you dummy! They went up and they looked around. They got this little goosey crow to 4,000. If you remember from the fourth book. And then come on! I'm a giant sheepdog and stuff. Hurrah! What the heck did he just do? God, think we just found our evil delusion. Yeah! What's gonna happen in the end of the universe? That's the 13th time you're mentioning it in this book. Chapter 18, Crash. And giant evil Sulu jumped out, and he grew and grew. Everyone went outside. These two went faster than they have in years, but nobody noticed because of this thingy, whatever it is, the hamster thingy. And then guess what it did? It went into the big city because that's what hamsters usually do. Chapter 19, When Hamsters Attack.com. Judge Harold and Crackers sort of the center of the city. They had the 3D hypno ring and the superpower juice, which felt surprisingly empty for some dumb reason. Well, we're gonna have to do this. I want to get superpowers. I'm so psyched. What's gonna happen at the end of the universe? Because I bet we're gonna save it. You're mentioning that for the 14th time in this book, and it's empty. Hey, what do you mean? There's like a third card in there. Well, we gotta go back. Maybe, just maybe. Oh my god. Our grandparents drank it between pages 84 and 99. Oh my god. Now what are we gonna do? Oh no. Hey, we gotta go get Captain Underpants. Okay, let's go down. And snap, knock. Hey, what are you guys doing here? Snap, tra-la-la. Go away, do not climb tree. Keep off the grass. No salesman. Do not smoke flowers. Private property. Do not disturb. Chapter 20. The incredibly graphic Wilds chapter, part 1. Flipperama. Flipperama 1. Hamster havoc. Oh, God. Ow, ow, ow. What are you doing, you giant gremlin? I'm gonna destroy you. Oh, yeah? Then what about this boulder? That'll destroy you. Oh, you're right. Okay, I surrender. Faint. Well, looks like all our problems are over. Not so fast. We gotta teach those guys a lesson, and I'm gonna do it. Da-da-da! Snap! Then suddenly this guy transformed into a school principal, only in his underwear. Now they look and now that they're and side by side, they look surprisingly similar, except that this guy has a toupee on. And so they tied the rope around them. Hey, what's happening here, Bubs? You should know. Chapter 22, Kaboom. All our problems are over, said George. You shouldn't say things like that, said Harold. Well, looks like all our problems are over. You shouldn't say things like that. Why? Then, then rain came falling down. That's why, said George. This is the dumbest dream I've ever had. Ta-da! I'm gonna break through these ropes. Snap, 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 snap. Yeah. Hey, what's gonna happen at the... Can you stop using that gig? And then they all flew off. With the good guys ahead and the bad guys just behind them. The George and Harold were looking for it, and guess what? They found the Shrinky Pig 2000, which is also from book 4. Then they're like, all we gotta do is shrink those guys. Ha ha! We're gonna take that, and I got you, and we'll take that. But you guys don't even know what it does. Oh, you just said it on the last page. It's a shrinky thingy. I can think of a million and 10 things to do with it. Prepare to be pulverized. We're doomed, screamed Harold. Now wait just a cotton pickin' minute, young fella, shouted a familiar sounding voice from George's house. Hey, what are you doing here? Yeah, what are you doing here? Why are you doing whatever you're doing? Pulverizing. Oh yeah. Why are you pulverizing them? 'Cause they're goodies. Yeah, and you're a bad guy. So we'll do this. Get your power activates. Hey, wait, how did this chair end up there? Anyways, that was fun. Let's do it again. Hehe. Alright. But we gotta deal but first we gotta teach that fat boy a lesson first. Oh yeah, said George's great grandma. That young fellow's got a hankering for spankering. All right, Sonny, said Harold's grandpa. Prepare to get your bucket whooped by Boxer Boy and Great Girdle. Flipperama 3, the Geriatric Jawbreaker. Flipperama 4, a cane in the brain. Flipperama 5, take a walk around the wild side. Chapter 26, Shrinky Dorks. No, I think I just figured out what happened to this superpower juice that disappeared earlier. Yeah? Said Evil George. He didn't figure this out. All we have to do is press one button on the shrinking machine. You'll all be shrinking tiny little shrimps. Oh, yeah, but you didn't really read the history of it. You didn't read book 4. Of course we did. We've got like 100 copies. Oh yeah, because you stole so much money from banks. Yeah, we know. You just said you just basically said you didn't. Whatever, just shrank us. Oh, and you're holding it the wrong way. Oh, really? Thanks. Zap. Hey, what the heck happened? No, I think I know 2 little boys who could use really good spanking. Incredibly graphic wild chapter part 3 in Flipperama. Happy Thanksgiving. God, stop. Chapter 28, wrapping things up. George and Harold decided to just wrap the story up. Boxer Boy's great green girdle flew off into the sunset, and first they had to dehypnotize and shrink Sulu. Then they had to go back into that crazy purple potty and return those bozos into their alternative universe. Chapter 29, to make a long story short, zap! Chapter 30, to make a longer story even shorter, kick. Read. Chapter 31, the chapter where nothing bad happens. Well, that worked out pretty good. Yeah, nice going, said George, looking a little annoyed. Why do you always have to say things like that? Things like what? Haven't you paid attention in these stories? Every time somebody said something like that, it always means that a bunch of bad stuff is about to happen. But what can possibly go wrong now? Freeze! Freeze! Shouted the chief of police. You guys are under arrest for robbing Frank's bank. Looks like you're going to jail for the rest of your life. See what I mean, said George? You gotta stop saying stuff like that. Guess you're right, said Hero. But at least things can't get any worse. Ah, you did it again. Yeah, but what could be worse than going to jail for the rest of our lives? Chapter 32, the thing that could be worse than going to jail for the rest of our lives. Suddenly out of nowhere, a ball of blue lightning appeared, growing bigger and bigger until it exploded in a blinding flash. Then, standing where the ball of lightning had been, was a smoking pair of giant robotic pants. This can't be good, said George. Professor Poopy Pants peeked outside. Hey, Professor Poopy Pants, said Harold. Ha 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 ha. The cop started to laugh. Hey, my name is not Professor Poopy Pants. Change it to be Twinkle Trousers. Ha! Oh my God, this guy is too funny. And I've got a special surprise for anyone. Anybody who thinks my new name is funny, said the fierce professor. Suddenly the metallic pants opened up at the top. The giant laser shooter rose from its robotic depths. Ag! And then, guess what happened? Tippy Tinkle Trousers chased George, Harold, Crackers, and Sulu off into the depths of page 175 and into page 176. That's the end of the book. Well, guys, I'm shooting this on August 4th, but it's around 11:25 right now. So I guess you could say that it's technically kind of August 5th, almost August 5th. And on August 5th, one of Dave Pilkey's books, Super Diaper Baby, The Adventures of Super Diaper Baby, becomes a full-color graphic novel. Hip hip hooray! Yeah, also, I pre-ordered Big Jim Believes as well, and there's a Captain Underpants manga coming out April 7th next year. Okay, bye. See you.